Hello, my name is Matt Nahat. Welcome back to our wonderful campaign called In the Name of Progress. We are playing a Pathfinder 2 powered game using Pathfinder 2 as our system, and we're using the wonderful world of Eberron as our setting in a story that I've written myself. And we have our wonderful regular players with us. This is an adult game made by adults for adults. If you are not an adult, please consider going somewhere else for your viewership. We appreciate you though. Thank you for being here. But we do have adult content, so this is your adult content warning. And with that, we are going to go and introduce the characters, and the players are going to let us know what has recently happened and the situation that we have for us. Hey Raven, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family is well. So with that, Asriel, are you ready to get us to launch us off, or are you still away? You're there. That's fine.
Do you want a whole recap, or do you just want my piece?
No, your section of it.
Okay. Well, I was very. I don't know. Being in the city is okay. I'd rather be outside the city. But I remember coming to the inn here, so that we could meet the what's his name? The Inquisitor, or the Inquisitor. And right before, so we were all there, and then he came in and said the word poison and fell over dead, and that was how it ended, and I'm just a little shaken.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. So you're who are you playing, and I guess how is he
I'm sorry.
responding to
So
the situation?
so I play Eberron, the champion of Dolora, and I am I prefer protecting and defending, and I'm really right now I don't really know of a way to protect or defend my compatriots, because I don't know what the actual I don't know what the um, threat is currently.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I am, who I am, and what I'm doing.
So you're maybe concerned with
Yep.
you're not really sure what's going on, and
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Cool. DM next. How are you, sir? What's going on with you and your character? Are you able to talk? Perhaps we're just
Can he not hear us?
don't know.
Seems like it.
All right, we will move on then while that happens to Malkov while he gets himself sorted.
So, device 42 is kind of enjoying the city on the whole, but very disheartened to see the man with the excellent hat who had been willing to give them work and help them out, see him die in such a horrible way, and we're not able to help.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
Yeah. However, on the bright side, he did gain a new friend from the elemental planes. A spirit has shown up to be his companion and familiar. Rootwind has joined the party.
Rootwind has joined the party. And for our viewers' sake, let's have a quick gander here at Rootwind. Here he is. He's so cute. We will hear and see more about Rootwind here shortly. Excellent. We'll go over next. Are you able to hear us yet, DM?
Yep. Sorry, I had some volume things I had to tweak.
That's okay. Things happen. Who are you playing? What's going on with your character at the moment?
I'm Merlin. Merlin enjoys playing with people because it's enjoyable. He's
Sure.
wondering why people are using nasty things like poisons.
Would
But you know, when people distracted, you can have a lot more fun.
yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to get yeah. And how do you prefer to distract people? What is your preferred
Oh, it's always fun when they're distracted by other things, but there's other options you can do. You know, lights, prestidigitation has a number of fun options, sigils, a hand doing things. There's all sorts of fun options.
there is? My ability to find the correct setting here is failing me. So don't mind me while I sort that out. Very good. And then we have Anders, who was in person, wasn't here last time, and didn't get to.
I watched enough of the recap.
Yeah, we had some poison going on, and unfortunately, Anders wasn't able to help.
Not yet. Can't do anything about that.
He's just not working. Yeah, you can't win them all. All right, we're just gonna save it here. Your characters will likely be a little bit off here because of not being able to do that correctly, but hey, it's okay. We're representing, we're trying. Very good. And last but not least, we'll go over to Paputron. How are you? What's going on with you and with your character Leah?
Well, she's a little disturbed with someone just dying in front of us. She's trying to figure out like where the poison came from because she wants to, in case it is distributed to others, she wants to prevent that as fast as possible.
Fair and reasonable.
You don't want poison distributed about to random people?
No, I don't. So she wants to she found out where the cheese comes from, so That's one. I forget the name of the place, but Leah knows.
Leah does know.
After asking.
And you've got the wrapper to prove it with the stamp on it. And apparently the bartender who you asked was very forceful with,
rude about
just
it,
look
or-
at the stamp and open your eyes. And we were like, oh gee, could be a little bit more helpful, but
I think her question was more of like where, like, directly, like, if there's another place that sells it, that orders this cheese, but she didn't convey it very well.
And he didn't seem to know either. He intimated that this was very high-end, expensive cheese, and by the sounds of the way that he reacted, doesn't have access to it. You think, based on this, that it's probably something that's reserved for aristocrats, nobles, and the like.
Yeah. But she has at least a place to start if she can get there.
Indeed. Very good. All right. Ben Burnett.
She also has a broken watch.
It could be a
that
cheese
she
tax.
may or may not have been scammed out of.
Well, Anders has been repairing it over this little bit of time. All right.
Fix what I can.
Yeah. So you are still in the feral dog. At the moment, I have represented you. Sort of. So I've got the map of the outside streets, and I put you on like what looks like on the top of the feral dog, but you know that you're inside. It doesn't, we're just trying to represent that you're in the streets, but still inside. And yes, you have the dead body of Casimir here, that you could potentially still, check for clues. The clues that we have so far, just as a refresh, we have the cheese that came out of his mouth when he hit the floor, and there is the paper bag with the wax seal on the other side, where there's more of that cheese that was in his pocket. We have a letter that's addressed to us with his investigations over the last few days. He investigated the Horologium Soldier, the Stout Squire Banner, the Thranish family, the Wayfinder Foundation, all of these things, and the information that he has come up with in such a short amount of time is significant. We call his position an inquisitive. It's almost inquisitor, but it's inquisitive, as in person who asks questions lots. If you get it wrong, it's fine. That's not a problem. I know what you're talking about. That's the main thing. Essentially, inquisitives are like detectives, and specifically, Casimir is part of a bigger organization of inquisitives, and is pretty well known, and has met his demise here this morning when he intended to meet us. It's very obvious to us that he has been elsewhere this morning, based on that there's a little bit of wetness to his hat, which that it has been snowing a little bit overnight. That winter is coming to an end, so this is probably the last snow, or one of the last snows that you're going to get for winter. But there was a little bit, and so that dampened his hat, and so it's clear that he's been out and about this morning. So that's another piece of the puzzle here, that you would automatically be able to know. That he must have been stumbling and struggling to get into the room into the feral dog. He stumbled through the threshold, collapsed on the floor, yelled poison, and died. So obviously he's been affected by this poison for some amount of time. You don't know how long he was walking to get here at this stage, but you know that his vest or jacket and his hat are damp, which suggests that he's been outside for a little bit. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. It is a Saturday. What else? You have sectioned off some of the people so that they're not right on top of the situation. Some of the patrons of the feral dog, so that you've got some space to work. And a runner has gone off to find a magistrate or something like that to report this dead body. So that is all that is in play. I'm going to shut up unless you ask questions. The game is in your hands, guys, as to where we want to take this next and how you want to manage the situation. If you want to ask me for ideas, feel free, as always. But play your characters and let's try and have a good time.
Anders, is there a way that you can figure out when he ingested the poison?
Only if I knew what the poison itself exactly was. I could give you an estimate of when and how long it would take him to kill him, but exactly, no.
Okay. Is there it would be really nice to know where he'd been this morning.
I'm going to start asking around.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people see, like if they saw him running towards this way and which direction he was running from.
All right, so you're gonna start asking around just on the street?
Yeah, like try to get some, if people saw him running this way or stumbling or something, seeing which way he came from.
All right, so this is a
And just
gather
kinda-
information check, so you can use, typically it's diplomacy for gathering information, so you can start doing that.
Right.
The body's still right here?
Correct, yes it is. Yes, you have a body. He is still fully clothed. Oh, wow.
I'm going to strip him down, and I want to check him to make sure there's no other possibility that he got poisoned by a puncture, a wound, some sort of spider bite, anything else that could have possibly...
They might object to that right here in the entrance to the bar.
Not when there's wonderful firework noises going on the other side of the bar.
They might. Anders is not going to care. Stand in the way to block view, if you would, please.
I wanted to ask Matt. I'm holding the hat and the cane. Is there anything hidden or anything in them, like compartments or hidden in the brim of the hat or anything like that?
You do notice that the cane has a button on it that you might be able to press to investigate that. There is only fur inside of the hat and strands of hair and what's not, but there's no hidden compartments in the hat.
Okay. Well, I'll push the button on the cane and see what happens.
Okay, so a little release will happen, and it won't like catapult away, but the sheath of this cane is going to separate from the clasp, and you will be able to pull it down, and you will be able to see that there's actually a sword cane. This is actually a sword cane instead of just a normal cane.
Oh, neat.
So you'll pull it out, and you'll reveal a quite immaculate sword cane for purpose of this session, this is an exquisite sword cane, which is of an item level 4. Just as a and you know that these are worth about 90 gold pieces. Maybe your character doesn't know, but I'm just telling you that you can draw an estimate between you as you show it around, and this is worth a significant amount of money. Very nice.
Okay, well, I'll resheath it.
Resheath it and click it back into its base so that it's concealed again. Sure. Yep, you make it back into a cane. Thank you for muting. Appreciate it. And for that medicine check, we'll answer the medicine check and then we'll answer the diplomacy check. So this medicine check, that's a critical success on the medicine check. You can pad down the body and check for external wounds, and you do not find anything that's obviously the cause of poison. You do find things that you would find on any body, which is, small little abrasions and things. Hey, buddy. Bye. Just little things that would be on anybody that is evident. As you're stripping him and checking him over, something that you're noticing is that his throat is still swelling. His tongue is swollen, and even now that he's passed, it's only a minute or two, since he's passed, maybe even less. This is still pretty, but the tongue is still swelling, the throat is still swelling. This is obviously an allergic reaction. You can find evidence of remnants of cheese in his mouth if you go looking at that. Where there has been remnants of cheese, you find coarser flesh on the inside of his mouth than you would suspect of from a normal person. It's like drier and coarser, suggesting that not only was this something that when ingested became poisoned him, but there was already an effect on his palate. Like there was an effect on his palate and on ingestion. Okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
So it had an effect on contact and on
You
swallow.
don't think immediate, but later on.
Okay.
Yes.
So is there anything on the hands, like whenever he picked up the cheese and ate it, like maybe an allergic reaction on his fingers or something?
Fingertips, anything of that nature, for how he would have eaten the cheese, to see if there's a reaction there as well, similar to what happened.
No, there's nothing evident on his fingers or hands. No.
Way tougher skin than what you're going to get on the inside of your mouth as well. I mean,
So you think what's
membrane
happened
versus-
based on this critical success, right? You've got a critical success. What you think has happened based on this is that he didn't know that he was having poison. Obviously, why would you ingest it? It's probably come either before the cheese or was in the cheese, right? Could be either of those things. You think it's definitely today that he's consumed this, whatever it was, whether it was the cheese or before the cheese or with the cheese. Maybe it was a drink with the cheese. Maybe, could be a lot of things, right? But
Is there enough of the cheese for me to grab a sample?
Yes.
Just to make sure so we can test it. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. What you think has happened? He didn't know. He started to eat. He's ingested whatever the thing is. It didn't have an immediate effect by the looks of things. And then his throat has started to blow up. His tongue has started to swell. It started to cause the flesh on the inside, like his tongue and his palate, to sort of dry out a little bit and get coarse. And he obviously could sense that, and that's when he started to run, stumble toward the feral dog. You think probably he was on his way, and then he started to try and move quicker to get here. That is corroborated by Leah's diplomacy checks to gather information. The people that are nearby don't have a lot of information, Leah. They weren't paying particular attention to Casimir, but a number of them did see him stumbling along the street. I'm going to pop up the Throneport map to give you what they are telling you, the direction that he came from, so that you've got a general idea. So where we are currently is we're in the Brailish zone. We're in Daroon Gate here, where the thing is. A number of people, I'm just going to move the UR here for a second, just so that we can get a better view. We are somewhere in this little block here. Each of these squares is a block, by the way. All right. So we're in this block somewhere, and the blocks have houses all areas. So it's sort of like a splay instead of a city block that we know it today. Okay, so it's like a splay of buildings rather than a uniform block. So they go in all directions and things like this. And the feral dog makes up a few of these buildings. We're here at the moment. The people are pointing in a northerly direction. And as you follow the people that are pointing, you get towards the checkpoint and you see some of the guards like acting like there's been a little bit of drama, not a lot of drama. And when you question the guards, they will say that they saw Casimir, but he wasn't at the stage that he is now. They heard him coughing and wheezing, and he made a bit of a they had to check to make sure that he had no illicit goods on him, and he was like very brusque with them because he was obviously struggling. They didn't realize how much he was struggling because he was just coughing and wheezing. They thought maybe he's got a cold or something. He wasn't, to their eyes, wasn't in the state that you see him. So somewhere between the checkpoint and this block, it's gotten so bad that he was unable to breathe properly. The swelling got to him. And that's pretty quick. Whether they just weren't paying attention to that and had other things, they say that they've had a few things, so maybe that's the case. The guards will also say that they saw him essentially coming from this direction. All right, so they'll say the southwest, which is Comar Street. They'll say that he approached from Comar Street, got to the checkpoint. We were distracted by other things. He was coughing and wheezing. He kept on going, got to the feral dog where you are. People saw him continuing to stumble. He got to the threshold, collapsed, and died. So that's the picture of what you see based on your stats.
Do we know if he had do we know if he owned a flask?
You can check on him.
I mean, like my thought was if he did, and like he was like taking a drink from it on his way, and like he maybe dropped it or something, and maybe it's like it's somewhere, and if someone has recovered it, maybe it has a trace of what maybe he was poisoned with.
So you could do one of a few things. You could ask people if they saw a flask. You could try to find a flask. Various things.
I mean, I don't really know that those are really helpful unless we know that he owned a flask.
At this
Well,
stage,
I don't know. I mean,
we haven't seen
it's fine.
him with one when we have
Okay.
met him. When he was in the feral dog
Alright,
the
thank
first
you.
time, he was at a table, and he was playing his chosen gambling game, and he had the drinks from the feral dog on that occasion. When he came to help us at the prison, he didn't have any he didn't have a pack on, and he didn't have a flask with him on that day, and he doesn't look like he has a flask on him today, at least
Okay, thanks.
evident. Yeah.
No worries.
Well, once I've taken the sample of the cheese and we've tried to figure out, Leah's found out a pretty good amount of information of where we came from, at least direction wise of what. I mean, do we know where this guy lives?
Right now, you don't, but you know that a runner has gone off to get a magistrate to report the body, and a magistrate will know. So you can cut like 10 minutes, and say the magistrate arrives, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that the time that I took to inspect the body.
Yeah. Cool. So if there's anything else that we want to do in that quick amount of time that anyone has a thought of before the magistrate arrives, say so now, and then I will cut to the magistrate once you've all passed or said something.
Mirrodin was just doing street magic and entertainment and stuff for everyone on the side to keep their attention over there and keep anyone there for questioning easier.
Excellent, thank you. Do you want?
I'll help Anders with the body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Leah's gonna start making her way back to the group.
It was Brayland Exotic Foods, yeah. Not just cheese, yeah. But you know that Brayland is somewhat famous for cheese. It's cheese and wine. There's a big thing about cheese and wine. Cool. So yeah, you make your way back. The magistrate will arrive. The magistrate is pretty brusque as well. Asks us a bunch of questions. Is clearly affected by Casmia's death. Doesn't look like a personal connection, but you would have to make further checks. But just on an initial, doesn't look personal. It just looks professional, like this person at least maybe worked with him or something. Knew of his work and looks pretty upset. Initially, goes, what are you guys doing? Doesn't know you yet. this magistrate. You tell this magistrate, you work for Rontaltain. You had made an appointment with Casimir here to meet him. And try and release suspicion on you. The magistrate buys it for now, but says stay in town. Stay in town. Don't disappear. We're gonna have further questions, kind of thing. But they will, once they know that you're working for Rontaltain, and once they corroborate that, will let you know that Casimir's apartment is in Sea-Watch on the eastern border of Throneport, and will give you an escort there. They don't trust you to go into the house alone, but they're going to organize an escort to go, and the escort can wait outside. They're happy for you to poke around a little bit. They say try not to taint any evidence. Maybe just tabulate it rather than touch anything. We'll probably have further investigations on his abode if it turns out that that's required. So, maybe just try and be careful.
Spend a couple of minutes while we're on our way to doing that, basically giving the report to the magistrate about what I had found out about the body. And the cheese sample.
Okay, they will get that tested today. And so they have all the contacts, It would take you probably longer, you think, unless you got very lucky with someone, but they know who to go to, so they will get that tested today.
It's either an alchemist or a spellcaster.
And we don't really know that many people yet.
Yeah,
All right.
Lee will just tell him everything she knows, and she'll try to really put that it's very urgent that we shut down any the go to where the cheese is made, because there could be also poison in the other cheese. So she wants to really put that in their heads, this is really serious. More people could be poisoned.
The magistrate says that, takes one look at the cheese, the the wrapper, and goes, well, no one sells that here in Throneport. Period. It's imported. That means.
Well, then you should stop any import from cheese of that company then.
Well, that's going to be harder than you think, they say, but
But wasn't the name of the place that sold it to him on the wrapper?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is there's no outlet or shop front here in Throneport that sells this. So this has been imported into Throneport from a shop in Brayland.
Yeah, he would have to, it would have to be declared, at customs.
Right. So someone's
maybe
done
we
this
can go to the dock.
privately rather than as a business. Probably.
Great.
You think that there's probably the Dragonmarked houses would have the money to do that. Anyone that's a noble or aristocrat probably would have the money to do that. But there's no shop front that sells it.
So
normally.
Gotcha. So no shop that is I guess public
For this
sells it in
cheese,
Thrumport.
no. So maybe some of their other goods, there would be a shop for that, and maybe they would sometimes do that, a special, like, a special order or something, and he will promise to, like, look into it to see which businesses do business with that company here in Throneport. There's got to be at least one or two that have done business with them before, but he doesn't know offhand, and he just knows that there's nothing, like, established per se, because it's so, like, expensive. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
We're gonna find out this is gonna be like that guy who had decided he was gonna eat that unpasteurized, specifically allowed bugs to lay eggs in it, cheese, and die to the parasite or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Either way, you will get escorted to Casimir's apartment in Sea-Watch. You are surprised to find that there's an actual shop front. His apartment actually isn't an isolated house. Instead, you have to go through a shop to get into his apartment.
What does the shop sell?
It's a music shop, so there are all sorts of musical instruments here. Let me go to my...
Did somebody say music? Pulls out loot.
Sea-Watch is so just a little bit about Sea-Watch here. A neighborhood in the Brellish zone, Sea-Watch sits in the northeast corner of the city, adjacent to the eastern city wall. Walking down the well-maintained cobblestone streets, the sound of crashing waves and the smell of sea spray is noticeable. Middle-class townhomes make up the bulk of the buildings, as well as the main Brelish Guard barracks. Many of the residences are 3- and 4-story apartments, with the upper levels commanding excellent views out into Scion's Sound, which is the bay, and a sizable community of middle-class expatriate Zil gnomes reside in Sea-Watch. You notice that the shopkeeper is a gnome, and is happy to see potential customers, greets you, says feel free to look around, and as you can see depicted on the map, there's all manner of musical instruments on display. A lot of stringed instruments at the front here. There's some rarer stringed instruments in the middle. You have some harps and things across here. You have bowed and stringed instruments towards the back. You have woodwinds over here. It's a pretty damn decent selection of common, uncommon, and potentially rare musical instruments. Based on what you're seeing, Leah, you think this is probably one of the main shop fronts for musical instruments here in Throneport, if they have such a good selection.
But his residence is only accessible from within the shop?
Correct, yes. There are...
Well, that means
there are windows on the outside. Oh, there is a back door, but the back door sort of is right on, like, the city wall. Like, so there's like a little enclosed garden. It's kind of like just a strip, really. It's just a tiny little strip of, like, a tree, a couple of bushes in an enclosed yard. And the yard is only the yard is only sort of goes to here, right? So it's only like 10 feet maybe by what's that? 15. It's just a little tiny yard with the back door there.
Well, I mean, but if this guy's apartment was only accessible through here, first things first, go to the person who's running the shop and say, "Hey, what's his name? Whose apartment's through here? Has he been here recently? Did he just leave, or?"
Oh, he was here this morning. He left this morning early, probably about 8 o'clock.
Early this morning. That's the last time you saw him. Huh?
Yeah. You know, like when you had your appointment was 10. It's probably taken you maybe half an hour to like investigate, move on, get to here. So call it maybe 10:30, 11:45 now. And he's saying that Casimir left between 7 and 8 this morning.
Are you friends with him?
Oh well, yeah, we have a pretty good thing going. He pays his rent on time every time, and is actually 3 months in advance. He's a very, very good customer. And a very good man. He works very hard.
Yes. What is it exactly that he does?
Who, Casimir?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know? He's very surprised at that.
I'm just gonna try and walk just directly into the apartment.
I want to make sure that what I've been told of what this guy does and what this guy thinks he does is the same thing.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to verify.
Yep, so there's a few things. Device 42, as you walk up to the door, the gnome is watching you, okay? He's like, do you have an appointment with Mr. Casimir, sir?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, we did a half an hour ago, and he arrived to our appointment choking, gasping, and dying of the poison he ingested.
The gnome's face immediately like drops, right? He's like,
I'm sorry to be the bearer of horrible news. But we're here to make sure we're here to make sure the poison didn't come from here.
Yeah, you'll
Do
find
you know if he
Sorry.
frequents a place for breakfast, things like that, and I'm gonna distract the gnome to try to, stop him from preventing 42 from getting into where he's going.
Yeah, of course. Device 42, you find that the door is locked.
I'll turn around. Hey, Mirrodin, can you help me?
What's the state of the gnome?
He is crestfallen, right? So his whole demeanor has changed. He's like looking worried between Anders and you all, and he's like, so he was choking. Is he okay?
No. I'm going to switch to chaplain mode, basically, at this point, where I'm and remember, I'm looking him in the eye. I'm not looming over him.
Right.
I'm a halfling. I'm just going to reach out. I'm sorry, friend, that your friend is gone. I examined him thoroughly. He's gone. We think he was poisoned or had an allergic reaction to a type of cheese he was eating.
But who would poison Casimir?
That's why I said allergic reaction is probably our first thought. He doesn't seem to have had anyone that was enemies or would wish him ill. Do you know of anyone that would?
So that crazy guy that stabbed people and cut heads off. Maybe he got mad because Casimir was investigating him.
Okay, I'm gonna make a saving throw here.
No, you're not over there 42, but it's still hilarious.
The gnome faints.
Yeah.
The gnome will faint at this point.
At this point, Leah's going to do her best to try to help this guy.
Catch him before he, heads for the floor.
Yeah, you can catch him. You're right next to him. You were patting him on the back and giving him some. But on Device 42's proclamation that there's a guy that cuts heads off, he just yeah.
Oh,
So he doesn't
I'm
quite
gonna,
get
I'm gonna
to
go get
answer
some
your
water for this guy.
question yet about what Casimir does. You think you're gonna have to fan him awake before he's gonna be able to answer that question.
Oh, that's going to take me very little
I'm
time.
going to ask
Straight into my
Mary,
healing
Mary,
skill.
will you come open this? And I'm going to jiggle the door a little.
Yeah, so Device Boy 2 is asking Mirrodin's help. What does Mirrodin want to do in this situation?
I don't know if DM can hear you. Mirrodin, DM.
Damn. Wow.
I might have to message him.
I don't know what's up. But no, I'm gonna bust out. There's got to be some kind of smelling salts in my healer's kit.
Yeah, and while Andrew's trying to wake him up, Leah's gonna go fetch some water for this guy.
Good call.
Yeah, you can.
Murden's going to make the sound of a big explosion.
No, Mirrodin, go unlock the back door.
From where?
Can you not hear all?
Where is the explosion coming from?
Do we know how much time we have left before our time's up, gentlemen?
Oh, they moved it off it. Never mind. It doesn't do noise. I apologize. They moved it to a different one.
I don't understand.
Like that. I was wrong.
We have no idea what you're talking about, my dude.
No, there was this. One of the spells used to include the ability to make noise, and now it doesn't.
Is Mirrodin helping?
Yeah.
Device 42 or?
Yeah, I'll go up and I will assist with opening the door.
Okay. Can you make a thievery check if you have thievery tools, please? Yep, it's good. You make one success out of what you believe is two successes to be able to open the door. And that is another success. So, and this takes you 2 rounds. So, to do each of those thievery checks is 2 actions. So it takes you 2 rounds to get in. And you recognize that this is more than a common lock to get, but it's not massive. It's just a really good quality lock, better than common. But you'll be able to open the door. So let me unlock it. There you go. And for the others that are tending to the gnome, he isn't really paying attention to what's going on with the door. He's coming to from an unconscious state. You are giving him water and tending to him, and that is distracting him from what is going on back there at the moment. at the moment. Oh. Sorry.
Okay, take your time.
I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
It's okay.
You should be apologizing.
Breathe. It's okay. It's a lot to take in.
For those that went into the room, you notice immediately that Casimir's rooms aren't very extensive. Can I get Matt to mute for a sec, please, just while I describe? Thank you. I know you don't mean it, and I know you've got other stuff in the background. It's just really hard for me to concentrate. So yeah, you notice that the rooms are not very extensive. So essentially, what he has is a little table, which is just an eating, like a dining table, set up. There is a little fire that heats the room, a stove place where he cooks his food. There is a study over here and a toilet at the back. There is a study here, or at least a desk, a bed, and a chest. You notice, I don't think, I'm going to close this door over here. I don't think we've been in here just yet, but you see that there's a door here leading into that back area. But let's describe the rest of the house. You notice that things are mostly clean and tidy in the house. You notice that he has been eating on this table this morning before he left. There is evidence that he has been moving around. There is a dirty plate and a dirty cup that is over here. This probably doubles as a wash basin and an oven or cooking area. So that the wash basin isn't full of water. He's just sort of put his dirty cutlery and crockery in there, enough for one person, for himself. In his room, you notice that his bed is made. You notice that there are a couple of books and that are closed but are accessible on the desk. You notice that the chest is locked if you check that, and that the fire is in embers, so he's lit it this morning. There is a burning log, but it's safe. Like, there's a grate on it as well. But yeah, it's not burning bright, it's burning dull, as to heat the room for as long as possible before he got back. And it doesn't look like he intended to be gone past about midday. He looked like he was planning on...
Is there signs of what he ate on the plate?
Yeah, it would be some sausage and probably some eggs. There's probably eggs and sausage. And it's probably
okay, so he probably got the cheese after he left.
Correct. There is no evidence of cheese here in his rooms at the moment.
Right.
I want to pick up the books and look at the titles, or look at the names of the books.
Okay, so amongst the books, you find one fiction book, which is about a great detective and the hijinks that the detective comes across. But most of these books are functional learning books. One of them's about the history of the Flamite religion, as in the Silver Flame. There's one about the Thranish government and their history. There's a book about Thranish royalty. There's books about like detective, like there's like manuals on different questioning techniques, things like this, forensic medicine all sorts of stuff. Device 42, as you go into that back room, you notice that there's a latrine and something really stands out to you in here. There is a desk in this room, but what you notice, and what is probably the most notable thing in this whole apartment, is you see a pinboard, ye old detective style pinboard, with a whole bunch of newspaper clippings spread across the thing, and string from one to the other, and names written up there, and things connecting things to the top. He's
A
obviously
paranoia board.
Yeah.
I'll start reading.
All of these there's a number of like dead ends in here, but there is a figure at the top. It's a artist's rendition of a face, and a lot of these lines that are like connect up to this one portrait painting. And the portrait painting has a name on it. The name is Tavares, and you see a marking, like, which is a circle, that looks still fresh, as if he's drawn this circle today
Around
Tavares, and it looks like his name has been written today, and that pin that pins him onto that board has gone in today.
Okay. And what is it? What are the direct connections to it? Like, what are the articles or whatever directly connected to that pin?
So, what connects them? So there's various newspaper clippings and stuff. The themes here are that this person is on the run. When you look through his desk, if you do so, I'm assuming you do, you will find a notepad that like talks about what he's looking for. He's looking for a Karnathi citizen who is on the run from the Karnathi government. The Karnathi government has hired Casimir to search for this man. And all of the newspaper clippings are sightings of this man, and it looks like a lot of them are in noble residence, where the noble residents are not abandoned, but where potentially the people within the noble residence have gone on holiday or are away, and he has gained access for a while and lived in those residences and then moved on.
He's an estate squatter.
Right? Yes, that's kind of the picture that you're developing, and just a number of sightings of this man by various people. There are witness statements in the book. Casimir is doing what the Karnathi government is asking of him, and nowhere is there anything that you can find that says Casimir's opinion on anything. It's more just evidence of his location across several months.
So there's no indication of why he's looking for him. I mean, other than the fact that the government wants him. Like, is he guilty of something or any of that? Is that indicated anywhere?
Not without further checks. At this stage, you're not finding that. Right.
Okay. Is there anything else of note in the desk?
Looking through here.
There's a wall there.
You gotta come straight through the
You
door.
gotta go around the wall.
Yeah, around the wall.
Yeah, when you're trying to click and drag, it doesn't seem to want to do
No,
that. very
because you're
nicely.
trying to pass through a wall. You're still trying to pass through a wall. There you go. You got it.
There's a few other things in the desk. So you find evidence that Casimir has been working for the Finders Guild. The Finders Guild. This Finders Guild. The Finders Guild is a guild of House Tharashk, which is the Orcish Dragonmart house that oversees the prospecting of dragon shards, bounty hunting, monster slaying, and urban inquisitive services such as his. So he's got connections with the Karnathi government. He's got connections with House Tharashk. This guy's well connected and well regarded by these people.
Do we know if any of them are at odds with each other?
Society.
Okay.
Oof. If we're keeping that, they are at each other's throats and can't stop fighting. Which is obviously misinformation. Woo!
DM or GM. I would like to search the room, specifically the desk and under the bed.
Okay.
Is there anywhere obvious that he kept his cane, his sword cane, like a holder or a rack or something?
There will be in the room, in the bedroom, yes.
Okay, I want to go put it away.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, you look under the bed and through the desk. Sorry, I can get you through a little bit easier than you can. Yeah. That's a pretty good check. So yeah, you find a personal journal. And
Start reading it.
You're reading it?
Oh yeah. I don't do it because I want to. I do it because I want to figure out who killed this dude.
Where do you start?
The last day.
There is
I'm
an
gonna
entry.
read it backwards.
There's an entry this morning. It says that finally I have a name to go with, a face to go with this ongoing quest that I'm getting paid ridiculous amounts for by the Karnathi government. I am meeting with the suspect Tavares today at, and then he gives a cafe name that is in the Thranish district, which you know is the direction that he was stumbling from based on your questioning from earlier. And that meeting was set at 9 a.m. So that marries up as far as time goes as well.
Oh boy.
Who here has paper? I don't want to rip the page out.
No, everyone pretty much has paper, or someone.
Okay. I'll take down the name of the cafe and where it's located.
Mm-hmm.
And that is our next stopping point.
Do you continue to look through the journal, or is this the only thing?
Yeah, I'll go back a couple of weeks to a month.
Okay, so as you flip back, he talks about his conquests with the game Conqueror, and about how he bemoans pretty much on a pretty much weekly level that he hasn't found a worthy opponent, right? So like there's a complaint at least once a week for the last 3 or 4 weeks that you flip pack about not finding a worthy opponent this week with his game Conqueror at the Feral Dog. He talks about his friend Quickblade and that he hasn't seen him for a while. And since the war, and he's a bit concerned, but he's been too busy to like look him up yet. You notice mention of the name Kor, Kor, a number of times. And he speaks really highly of Kor and talks about letters that have gone back and forward between them and how he's just thrilled with this friendship and stuff like that. I'm very thankful for Kor today because I got this letter and it said blah, 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 stuff like this. And I think that's about it. You obviously you do find frustrations of the last couple of months, which are, I am happy today that I found this image of the person that I'm looking for, and then like the next week the image turned out to be false, and instead it was blah blah blah, and then I think I have come across the right image, and then this ongoing investigation that seems to have been going for ages, and a picture develops that he's been looking forward to getting paid, and it talks about that, and it's very clear that he's waiting to be paid, and so the extension of that, it's not written, but the extension of that is obviously that he hasn't been paid yet, and perhaps he's holding out for that pay, and he keeps on coming across like things that get in his way and things that don't pan out, and the frustrations around that and how that interacts with the pay. Again, he's not explicitly saying that. It's more that you pick up this subtext that he's just waiting for that big payday that is gonna come.
Yeah.
And there's an excitement in that most recent one because he's finally getting to have this meeting with the suspect and hoping that that's gonna mean that finally, after all of these months, this entire investigation is gonna come to a close, and he's gonna be able to wrap it up. He's really excited.
What was the name of the suspect?
Tavares.
It's at a close for him.
Thank you.
Too soon.
So that gives you a pretty decent snapshot into what's happened, or at least some of it. Nowhere though does it have his opinion on who Tavares is. It's just putting pieces together, putting where he was together. It's not like
there is one thing that we have not checked yet.
Right.
Mirrodin, I'm gonna need you, buddy. There's a locked chest in here.
Who are you saying that to?
Mirrodin.
Mirrodin's way out there. You're raising your voice, screaming all the way out there?
No. Mirrodin, can you come back here, please?
Why do you want me in the back room?
You'll see.
That's not very helpful. Cryptic individual.
Given that there's been a little bit of time because you guys have been investigating, the gnome will have come to enough to notice that you're walking in and out of Mira's room, which was previously locked. And at this point, the gnome's like, "So, I noticed that you've gained access to Casimir's room. That's not very nice of you. You could have just asked."
We were trying to, and unfortunately you fainted, and the investigation is kind of needs to
Fluid.
What do you
hustle
want?
along.
I would like you to pick the lock on that chest, sir, please.
That would be illegal. You told me not to do that.
This is an investigation, and we need to get into that box just for completeness of investigation.
You have a
We are not-
warrant.
We are not stealing anything.
He's
I'm
read
just
up on
looking-
You have a
warrants.
warrant.
Oh my god, that is good.
I do not
Sorry, I
have a
cannot
warrant.
be illegal with you. Goodbye.
This is so good.
Wow.
Left high and dry.
He made no uncertain statement that I am not to do anything illegal.
Correct. Yeah, you've been dragged over the coals.
He
a
opened
fair
his
bit.
mouth.
So, I understand. No, it's great.
Fine.
Wait. I didn't say any of such thing. What if I ask you to do it?
That's different.
We could ask the gnome.
This is true.
Maybe he has,
I
has
haven't gone
a
back
key or something.
Okay, you know what? Screw this. All right. I'm
My
gonna go out
entirety
here.
of the investigation has been talking with the gnome, trying to find out what he can tell me about Catherine or Casimir. Sorry, what he can tell me about him, what he does for a living, to see if everything matches up.
Right, so we can now answer that because he has, come to and all of that. He says, "Why, Casimir is an inquisitive, mostly for help the Pathfinder's Guild. He is very well known here in Throneport and has been for quite some time. He's a good man, very thorough in his work, and sometimes quite obsessed. He's been working on this
My good man.
this big task for so long. He keeps on talking about it, but he doesn't tell me what it is. He comes in every day and he's kind of dejected a little bit, but otherwise he's a good man. He always pays rent 3 months in advance."
My good man. There is a chest in his bedroom that we would like to gain access to, not to steal, just to investigate.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it? You're going to have to wait. I don't have a key for his chest. That's his chest.
Yeah, he didn't have a key for his chest on him when I searched him earlier either. So
I have a key to
if
the
there's
door that you barged through just now. I have half a mind to report you for breaking and entering. But because he's dead...
We have an escort. We work for Rontaltain. We were told to look into this.
Yes, well...
I do feel we could have asked first before barging in the room.
I understand.
I was tending to you at the time while they did that. I didn't even realize it. At this point, I'll look over my shoulder and go, "Guys."
Yeah.
I want to
So I
find
knew
out
fetching
who...
water for him.
I want to find out what happened as much as all of you, but we
Was
just...
that one? And Lauren did it.
I'm sorry, we can't control them.
I asked and you passed out.
He did. He did pass out. He goes, well, yeah, you were saying about getting your head, someone's head chopped off, and I can't stand the thought of blood, okay? I'm sorry.
Oh, it was like a fountain. It was gruesome.
You can see
Stop
blood
it.
leaking from his face. He's like, please, I
After
need to
that,
sit
Leah started
down, and he
complaining about
goes
my
and sits
42
down,
that,
and he holds his head
listen,
in
you
his
can't just
hands.
be going on talking about how gruesome somebody's is like
Give him
that,
a
alright?
hand him the
All
cup of
these
water
gruesome experiences.
again.
People don't like that.
You're gonna offer him a glass of water again at this
He'll
point.
take the glass of water.
Well, if he doesn't have a key to the chest, I'm gonna go in here and find something sturdy and just pry it open.
Yeah, he doesn't have a key to the chest. That's fine. You can pry
I
it open.
mean,
Anders, do you have a minute?
Yeah.
I'll walk
Hold
through.
on.
the athletics to try and pry it open.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
We will take care of the no wanders.
that's amazing. Yeah, you'll spend some time prying it open. Eventually,
Yes,
like you're just using your arms, right? Like
I'll find something sturdy, like maybe the handle of a pan or something to use.
yeah, a crowbar or something.
When
Yeah.
he's trying to find something, I'll tell Anders,
There's a chest in there. They told me they want me to open it. But that would be illegal. So I don't understand why Elarin's telling me to do things illegal and complaining that I did something that wasn't illegal, but he thinks is illegal. And so then I don't understand what's going on, and I don't understand what should be done.
Well, for one, did somebody put Eberron in charge of you?
Oh, he's an idiot.
Well, I wouldn't go that far,
Mm.
but if he's
I
not
would.
been designated in charge of you, then
I'm asking what you think. You're the only other small one who has a brain.
we need to know what's in that chest.
Brain and size seems to go inverse of each other. It's very strange.
Don't be tallest.
And when you say that, you're gonna notice Rootwind kind of walking up behind Anders.
It's like
And
I
he's just
said,
gonna
though,
stare at you with
Little
those
buddy.
giant eyes.
and I'm just gonna go. Don't be tallest. Come on. Now, we do need to know what's in that chest. Would you please open it up? We're not going to take anything.
Oh,
Here's the
sure.
thing.
So
Stealing from it would be illegal. Opening it so that we can check it to make sure. But before you do that, Mirrodin, look to see if it's trapped.
well, Mirrodin goes into the room, and right as he enters the room, he sees Device 42 wrench the chest open,
Yep.
and it just slams open against the wall. Just as he enters the room, right?
Wow. See, Mirrodin, you could have just all you had to do was do what I asked you to do, and you wouldn't have broken, and he wouldn't have broken the chest. But no.
I'm sorry. Did someone say something? Oh, Anders is here. He didn't say anything.
So, what you find in the chest is a full detective's kit. Now, a full detective's kit is really something to behold, okay? We're not talking like small here. So let me go find it. So
It's like a forensics kit, pretty much.
it's a leather satchel, contains empty vials, a pair of tweezers, small linen cloths, brass calipers, knotted string, pieces of chalk, pen, blank notebook. Every component is of exceeding quality and adds +1 bonus to checks to investigate a crime scene, clue, or similar details. Like other toolkits, a detective's kit uses one hand if wearing the kit and 2 hands otherwise. It is worth 25 gold pieces or 250 silver pieces.
And we're not stealing it.
Also, you will find at the bottom of the chest, wrapped carefully, a potion that is unlabeled.
I would like to take a small sample of that.
No. Don't even open it. It would, however, be horrifically ironic if it's an antidote potion.
It would be ironic.
I still think we should test it. Like, take one of the vials from the detective kit and get a drop.
Are you trying to reach in there while I'm looking through it?
No.
So probably what you find, device 42, are all of the components of the kit and the satchel, and they're probably laid out on boards that are atop one another, and they've probably all got imprinted sections, imprinted into the thing so that they all kind of fit in a nice little row, and then you pull up that board, and then there's another board with other imprinted things, and that's the detective's kit in this chest, and that's why it takes up so much room.
All right, well, I'll take the potion out, put everything back the way I found it, and I'll go show the potion to Mirrodin and ask, Mirrodin, do you know what this is?
I'm not an alchemist.
Yeah, but you do magic.
Look at it. I don't really know.
You could identify
Is it
alchemy. So, identify alchemy is
crafting?
On a first look, you have a gut feeling about it, but you can't confirm. Your gut feeling says this seems to be of similar smell to a healing potion. However, there's something that puts you off this scent, and that is that there's pulp in the healing potion.
Anders?
Did you just say pulp?
Yes, I said pulp.
Yeah.
They don't make healing potions out of fruit that I'm aware of. What?
Yeah, which immediately brings the question, Alarin, I'm going to give you misinformation, sir.
I knew you were going to. It's
Yeah.
fine.
So you pick this potion. You have a look. Give it a smell. Poke at the pulp. You're
I
pretty
concur with whatever this horrible finding is.
You're pretty sure this is not what Mirrodin has said? You're pretty sure that this is a type of body odor that you put into a bath to make it smell nicer, right? It's like a cologne. And the pulp, what happens when you put it in water, it kind of just fizzles and disseminates and gives off this wafting, beautiful, clean aroma into the room. That's what you believe this is.
Yeah, it's a bath bomb.
It's a bath bomb.
Confirmed.
Oh god.
Why would he put that in with his detective's kit?
I would seek another opinion.
Well, you've got Anders' opinion. Anders says that's definitely a bath bomb.
I mean, Andrews can also hero point.
I don't know about that, but I don't even know what a bath bomb is.
Bath salt.
In the meantime,
What's
we're
that?
just out here with the gnome apologizing for all of this.
So the gnome doesn't look super upset with the breaking and entering. He certainly looks upset that Casimir is dead. And this does perturb him, and he does look like his color is slowly coming back from being told about the fountains of gore and the guy with his head chopped off.
Alon.
We'll just talk to him about Caviar and what they see how good good friends they were and stuff.
Why don't you
He's
sing a
known
song about him?
Casimir for about 3 years.
Ooh, that hurts.
And Casimir has lived here all of that time in this building.
Balls.
Wow.
And so
So,
he has talked with Casimir like every time Casimir arrived home. He has gotten to know him. You don't think that they were the best of friends necessarily? It's more like they considered each other in very well regard.
So I hear
And I think
the 3 years part, and my demeanor changes to sadness as well, and I empathize with the gnome saying that I've also um, I've also lost people that I've known for some time, and I'm sorry for your loss, and I apologize for the intrusions, etc., today. So, and then I'll leave.
Well, we do have to find who did. Like, if someone did this, we have to find them, and if not, we have to find out what did this. I, I'm very upset.
Yep. And Leo and basically give like her information on like where she's staying and stuff in case like maybe they remember something on anything that might come up later. And sometimes in the moment you don't always remember things, but if something comes up that this is where she stays, so like any information is wanted. And also just in case they need a hand with something or just need someone to talk to.
Make me a diplomacy check.
I don't think you were a traveling merchant, Lee. I think you're a traveling psychologist. How much you're trying to help.
Well, if you find that you have some time after dinner, you could pop by and we can have a cup of tea.
Yeah, sure, sounds great.
Okay. And please, if you do find out, would you come and tell me what has happened?
Yes,
Gnome's honor, I will.
I'll be sure to come by and let you know how everything is and how everything's going.
Okay.
Matt, did I find the final location he thinks that this fugitive is hiding at?
No. The meeting. He set up a meeting with him at that cafe in the Thranish, but his latest finding is that Casimir has moved from the location that he was staying in, and he doesn't know where he's moved to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's got a meeting with him, so he thinks that he's going to solve it today, which obviously.
But he had the meeting before he met with us.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
It looks like, based on the line of evidence, that he went to that meeting, maybe met with him, and then either during that meeting or straight after that meeting, if it was very short, has gotten poisoned, tried to make his way back to the feral dog to meet with us. That all lines up as far as time goes.
Well, I guess we go tell Rontaltain and see if he can get us permission to go over to that cafe, because that was in the Thrain area, right?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah, we got to get papers. We can't just go straight there.
All right, so yeah, you can go and let Rontaltain know. Are you going to also let Rontaltain know that Casimir's passed?
Yeah, tell them
They
everything.
should. Yep.
Yeah, we kind of got to report that in order to get permission to continue and investigate it.
Leah, do not forget to get papers to come back here.
Um,
On the way out of the shop, I'm gonna turn the gnome and say, I put his cane back in his room.
oh,
I'd like to keep his hat to remember him by, if that's okay with you.
um, okay, okay, okay. As you leave Device 42, I'm guessing that you're the last to leave. All right, in this case, you'll see that this gnome, we'll name him in a minute, has with him in his hands a key fob and a set of keys, and he seems to be like dejectedly walking behind you, with his half his eye on the door to the shop.
Okay. And as I walk out, Ruined will run up, hug him around the leg, and then run after me.
Okay. If you or anybody were to have the presence of mind or the random inclination as you were walking away to briefly turn your head and look back at the shop, you'll notice the gnome standing in the door, frozen basically, and very slowly starting to close the door and flip the sign that says open to closed and lock the door.
Who wants to continue to deal with customers right after you just found out your friend died?
Right.
No. Well, they're doing this dialogue on my way out. I want to use subtle spell and cast sigil and put a mark behind somewhere that the other gnome would see it, but other people wouldn't really necessarily. That is a mark of encouragement or something of that regard for gnome culture.
All right. Sure.
Basically, a small form of encouragement to him.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay. You make your ways back to Rontaltain. You report in everything that you have found. As you talk, Rontal is sitting forward for most of this conversation. He is looking at each of you. You can see the cogs of his mind like turning, and like he's bearing the news pretty well. He sort of sits there, he listens, he's pretty quiet as you make all of these reports, and he just sort of waits until all of the information is essentially on the table, so to speak. Before he talks. And then there's like a pregnant pause, right? There's a pregnant pause before he begins to talk. And he'll just be continually looking at each of you. And the pregnant pause is him like making eye contact with each of you. And at the start of the pregnant pause, it feels like he's waiting for more information just in case there's more information. And when it's clear that you've said everything that there is to say, there's still more of a pregnant pause before he speaks. And then, eventually, he'll look down at his table. He will move his hand over to the right hand side of the table, and he'll start leafing through his most recently stamped documents from this morning, from earlier this morning, and he'll pull one out and he'll put it in front of him, and he looks down at it and he sighs. I guess there's no need for that one then.
It would probably be the blushing tankard tap.
Hmm?
He says, Casimir was a good man. Actually, what he says is, Casimir is a good man. And then he looks down at the paper again and he goes, was. Casimir was a good man.
What's on the paper?
It's around the other way. It's facing him. Do you want to try and read it?
Yep.
Okay. There is...
Which one?
No, you don't need that. I just needed to know that you were trying to do that. If you want to stay unnoticed, then that would be a check.
No, I'll even I'll try to be as nice as possible, considering Casimir's death. But I don't know, we're trying to investigate what happened, and I'll parlay the fact that we're trying to investigate his murder, since it was obviously poison. And hopefully, we need all the information we can get. So.
Okay, so as you look at this, you notice that this is a writ from the Council of Throneport that releases Casimir of duties for the period of 2 months because he is going to go on vacation due to the fact that he has likely solved the crime or solved the case that he's been working on, and it has Runtle's personal stamp on it.
Well, shit.
So Casimir has obviously let Runtle know that he is solving the case, and has put in for leave, and Runtle has signed it this morning. And stamped it this morning.
Oh, that's a bummer. So at least we have a top suspect that he was likely tying to that crime. Tavares.
Right, that's the only thing right now. We know who his employers were. We know who he was affiliated with. So he's been long time affiliated with the Tharashk Finders Guild and recently employed for the duration of this task by the Karnathi government, on top of doing all of his normal work in Throneport.
Yeah.
Right? And he's obviously being employed by Throneport because he's asking for leave.
That's a hell of a workload.
Yeah, and look how thorough he was too. This guy
he still finds time to go play Conqueror.
Right? How?
I wish we'd had anti-poison to be able to cure him and help him stay alive, but we didn't have any way to neutralize it.
Yeah.
You still have that vial?
We need to fix that, by the way.
As you call it?
Here. We still have those bath
These weird
salts?
people say it's a bath salt. It makes no sense.
Runtle takes it and he looks at it.
You don't season yourself in the bath?
He goes, I don't think that's...
No. I don't think so either, but those two are convinced.
Puts his little finger in there. No, No, definitely not
Rontal,
Varsal.
can you have an alchemist figure out what that is?
No, I think I have an idea of what that is. I'm I'm pretty sure
Enlighten
I
us, please.
know where this comes from.
What is it?
I mean, it looks and smells and tastes like a healing potion.
But it has all the floaties in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is why I think I know where it comes from.
Really? Okay, who do you think made this?
He says, "Okay, so there's this halfling that makes his way around around Throneport. His name is Enrique de Galander."
I know Enrique.
And
Oh,
it all
God.
sort of
Give me
falls
that.
into place.
Give me that, and I'm gonna look at it and go,
Yeah,
that's-
that reeks of Enrique.
that's not a bath salt.
Now
Why would he
that
keep
you,
it in his detective's gear,
huh?
hidden at the bottom of his detective kit?
He was probably in case of, harm. I'm guessing.
It's in case of emergency.
Well,
Yes, he
he
forgot to
didn't
get
take
the
it with him when he
anti-poison
should have.
one.
So
Not that it would have mattered.
you know Enrique, right? You go back a little bit. Is that right?
Enrique is the person you had me set up as my primary character contact. He's my mentor who set me up in Throneport when I came out of here from Pathfinder.
Yeah. So you remember your first meeting in this moment, like again, when Enrique set you up. He brought you into Throne. He set you up. He shouted you a meal, and he handed you one of his personal brews, which was tea. And you remember that tea, and you remember that you didn't want to drink it, not because you wanted to drink it because you were being polite, but you didn't want to drink it because it had not just milk froth, but it had milk skin on the top. And you took one sip and you got a mouthful of milk skin. And you're like, ah!
Thank you for the textural.
Wretched.
Thank you for the horrified textural.
Yeah, you're welcome. So this does make sense now that you think about it. It brings you back to those days with Enrique.
So all of that occurs.
The guy that nuts is left. Once drank a big old chug of curdled milk out of the fridge.
Sorry, Silverwolf. Sorry, not sorry.
Vomit.
Yeah, he got 2 big chugs before he realized it had gotten lumpy.
Oh no, that's the worst.
Has he gotten over that yet, Nuts?
No.
Does he still hate milk?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's yuck. All right, so it's obvious that Runsel's rocked by this as well, based on things. And he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna give you a pass that's going to get you anywhere in the city except for the palace today. You can just go anywhere as far as I'm concerned, as long as it pertains to this investigation. Casimir's a city employee. We got to find this out. So here you go. And he fills out the paperwork, and he gives you basically a free pass anywhere that's not the palace.
Oh man, that's wow.
Got the key. Got the key to the city.
Oh man, this is big. I think stopping place number 1 is that cafe.
Before that, hold on. Does Rontaltane know of anything about the address that goes along with that cafe being associated with that area, being associated with any groups?
The cafe,
Problems.
the cheese, that guy, his name or his visage. Maybe he goes by another name.
All right, so Rontal doesn't know Tavares at all. He doesn't recognize the image that you give him, that you show him. He doesn't know the man. About the cafe, Rontal's actually eaten at that cafe before, so he knows the area quite well. He describes it. He says it's a nice little like square, where there's a number of little cafes. He says that they have really nice toasties. There's this great one that's like got like gherkin and like Silverside, he says, like that's just like delicious. Silverside and gherkin, who knew?
I don't even know what Silverside is.
Corned beef.
Oh, okay.
It's the end cut of corned beef that still has the that thick pad of Silverside fat. And gherkins are an abomination that want to be pickles.
Yep, I was gonna say.
I mean, you can't. Everyone has different taste, all right?
Disgusting.
They're like bread and butter pickles. They're so gross.
Yeah, well, maybe you order something else, okay?
Sauerkraut goes on Silverside.
No, fair enough. Either way, he's praising the cafe and saying that they do a pretty good job and it's a nice area. And there's like it's just a square with a number. He says like 4 or 5 different cafes with different specialties. Some of them do coffee and cake. Some of them do lunches. Different things. One of them specializes in slices. He says, "You know what? You've done us a good service. Why don't you take this token and you can have breakfast on me or lunch or whatever it is now." He looks at looks at the time. It's like, oh, I guess it's coming close. Brunch, lunch, whatever you want to call it. Here, have it on us.
Appreciate it. Should we bring anything back for you?
Yeah, I'll have a gherkin and Silverside toasty.
Gherkins all around.
No.
Aaron, you will eat a gherkin too. Everyone gets a gherkin today.
No thanks.
Yes.
All right, so
At least you can do in honor of the fallen comrade.
If there's nothing else, you guys head off to the cafe.
Yeah, I'm good.
I think Leah would just try to comfort Rontal because she could probably see that all these nice things is like
He is the resident therapist.
not doing good. So I think she would just try to comfort in a way that isn't overbearing.
Okay. Well, we can have a little there's a few of these things where that's the same, where Mirrodin did that little sigil. The gnome will remember that. You try and comfort Rontal gently. Rontal will remember that. These sorts of they'll remember these things. And then you head off. I don't have a like the exact thing, but it's just standard, like a little square, maybe like here, where the little fountain is, and there might be some cafes all around this little area, and you can see it's kind of closed in and stuff, and they all kind of look onto it. Can we see this map? Configure. Yeah, we can see this map. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, in here somewhere or something like that. Something similar to this where there's a number of buildings that all kind of semi-surround a little square, a little eatery. You know, there's probably trees around, and you know, it's probably shade cloths and things. That's a really nice, really nice little square, and there's you know servers from all of the cafes coming in and out. There's people sitting around and talking and laughing and eating and drinking. No one seems to be negatively affected by anything earlier today. Everyone seems in the area seems to be having a good brunch or lunch or whatever that they've ordered. And you sit at the cafe where that has been told to you. And does anyone order any food, or do we start with questions to the server?
I'll order a coffee.
Sure. How would you
I'll
like
order
that,
what
sir?
Rontal wanted to go, and then whatever the house special is today.
I'll have my coffee black and hot.
Black and hot. Got it. The house special is smoked salmon and cream cheese.
I'll order the simplest thing.
Plain bacon.
Like just ham. just ham. Or a cheese toasty or a ham toasty. So they recommend the cheese toasty. Do you want that?
Sounds cheesy.
All right.
But I don't know if we should do Denny cheese.
You're like,
I'm gonna actually get out the wrapper for the thing and say, "Do you have any of this?"
They take one look at it and go, "No. Who are you, some aristocrat?"
Do you know any crazy place here around here that might, you know, buy or sell?
They
or
give you
maybe
that
samples?
like, "Are you insane?" look and go, "No."
That's the second. That is the second person to give us that insane look, by the way.
All right, just thought, you know, sometimes sandwich shops do crazy shit to draw people in. I don't know if they did something.
Because, you know,
We're investigating a murder.
Ah,
An individual was eating here this morning.
wow, we're investigating a murder.
Just ignore this one.
Oh my god!
It's so cheery.
Just can't make anything easy, can we? Jesus.
Oh my.
I'll just have anything.
This
that
is in
doesn't
like kind of a
cheese.
dead end.
Yeah.
While they're all eating, I'm gonna like walk around and see if I can find any place that might be an import shop. And ask around. I'll just ask around if anybody knows where there's an import shop.
All right.
I'll have a cheese toasty in addition to my coffee.
Sure. They will make that for you. Let's see here. We are in the Brellish zone. No, we're in the Thranish zone. Thranish zone. 1 second while I check on my information here. You notice on your way here, and as you're sitting down, that it started to snow again, and it's quite cold. People are still out on the street. There are these little devices that sort of hover above the tables that let out an ambient heat that people are sitting under. But yeah, it is lightly snowing at the moment.
Probably not going to bother me a whole heck of a lot.
missed out on that. Damn it. I'll have to come back to that because we're already here. Sure. So you want an import shop?
Yeah.
Rowdy group of people. Some of us love it. Some of us good at smashing skulls. We will do any kind of work.
Give me a second.
That's who we are. We're multiple vessels.
Import. Let me just do this thing real quick. It's gonna be.
Wait, he gave us a token. He said it was good for brunch, right?
Yep.
Brunch comes with alcohol. Every brunch I've ever been at comes. Sorry, just kidding.
So, you hear the sound of singing coming from around the corner somewhere. And in this district, sure, there would be a small import shop, but this is a lower to middle class residential district, not like a high end.
I'll just ask them if they've ever imported cheese and if they have a way to get that, and I'll just name the cheese that we had found. I don't think it ever got named.
So, I'd like you, please, to make an impression, which is typically done with diplomacy, please. 13. They look you up and down. And they say, "Have you recently come into your wealth, sir?"
I'm not sure why that would matter to you.
Says, "Well, someone who is inquiring about such a rare and expensive item doesn't normally go around like that."
I'm gonna look down like what?
Well, it's such a drab outfit. You know, the wood and the... Yes, it's not quite, you know.
I'm Warforged. I don't wear clothes.
No, but you could put a bit of shine on, or some polish or something, you know? Of course, you would have the money to roll.
Look at these lovely leaves.
He wants you to pledge yourself.
So, as you, point at your lovely leaves, and I'm sure that they're lovely, sort of goes, okay, well, we could potentially be a second or third party to securing such goods. The secrets of where we would be gaining it are ours to keep. But yes, we could possibly do that, but we would need some sort of deposit insurance, of course, for such a rare and exotic ingredient. So,
How much do you think it would take?
how much are you looking to purchase, sir?
Let's say just a
small
half of a
wheel?
kilogram.
Less than a kilogram? Like a small wheel, maybe?
Sure.
Okay. He'll look it up. He goes, okay, a small wheel of this particular cheese, and he'll be flipping through this little brochure as he speaks. And you'll notice the brochure. It's quite directed at shopkeepers, this particular brochure, not for consumers. And he's flipping through this brochure and he finds the particular page and he looks at the wheels and he says, okay, for just a simple deposit, sir, it will be a measly cost of 50 gold pieces. I'm sure you will find that quite reasonable.
I'll look down at Ruin and I'll say, Casimir would be pleased. Thank you. And I'll turn and walk out.
Right. So that's a lot for a deposit.
What did he say to Root?
He said Casimir will be pleased to Rootwin.
Oh, okay.
I say Casimir would be pleased.
Okay, thank
And then I walked out.
Yeah.
I said thank you to them and then I walked out.
Yeah, of course,
you.
of
Oh,
course.
okay.
Good day, sir. I hope you will come back soon.
I'll wave as I walk away and then I'll go back to the cafe where everybody else was.
Yeah. All right. So everyone who has ordered food will get their food. Everything is nice. It is, properly heated. Your coffee is black and hot and delicious. It is a Thranish blend, so it actually smells and tastes of home to you.
Oh, my coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
All of the food
Is
is
that toasty?
Yeah, toasty's really
I've never
quite
had
good.
coffee.
It's just the right amount of ooze in that toasty.
I hear what Leah said, and I'll split my cup with her. I'll pour it into. I'll see if I can get another cup and split it.
Sweet. All right, so you guys have been here for a little bit. Device 42 has done some recon for us. What's our next step here?
Find out where Tavares is now.
So when I get back to the table where everybody's sitting and eating, I'll let them know I found an import shop nearby that said they could import that cheese, but they had to look it up. So they haven't done it recently, like maybe today, and sold it to Casimir, or they would have already known how much it was. So it's somewhere else, but it's near here. So maybe there's something on the other side of the zone.
We need to find places that either import already, because the cheese was already here.
Well, maybe he had imported it in the past or ordered it in the past.
Right.
But they wanted a 50 gold deposit for a small wheel.
When I hear him say that, I spit out my coffee.
Theo will hand you a napkin.
Thank you.
You don't like that?
No, that's a lot of money for cheese.
It sure is. That's some high-end cheese.
50 gold pieces as a
High-end
deposit
poisonous
for a small
cheese.
wheel of cheese.
Yeah.
Notice that's the deposit. That's not the full price.
Exactly.
Correct. Absolutely. 100%. Like if that's a 25% deposit, that's a 200 gold wheel of cheese.
That's a whopping gold piece of cheese. That's like liquid gold right there. All right. So with that,
Crazy.
you're trying to find out about this. I want you all to make perception checks for me. And this should be blind or private GM. Blind GM, please.
Sorry, say again. Blind GM what roll?
Perception, please.
Perception, okay.
Yeah. I want to see how much we're paying attention to our surrounds as we're making inquiries and eating food and so on and so forth, please. Thank you. Thank you. Lauren, device. Yep. Perfect. Mirrodin, wherever you are looking, you can't seem to get out of the snow. It keeps on like landing on your nose and like almost like melting instantly and like dripping down your face. And you're just like completely distracted by just snow. And like you get under this cover and then like this little kid like runs past and like kicks up snow and splashes it on you. And then you like move
Shield.
from there and then it's just wherever you go, whatever you do, you can't seem to shake the snow.
Fun.
Yeah, you didn't roll well, let's say that. For the rest of you, Leah, you don't Leah and Device 42, it's a pleasant, time. You're not seeing all that much going on. You're asking the questions, you're reporting your findings. Anders, and
I'm probably playing with a small ball with Rootwind on the table in front of me because I'm not eating.
Anders, you notice that there's a man who seems to be lurking kind of in the shadows, who you can't make a description of right now, but seems to have been in those shadows for an awful long time while you've been eating. And finally, Alarin, while you're eating your toasty and just enjoying, the taste of home in your coffee, you happen to see Anders, like the line of his vision, and notice that he's looked that way a number of times during this time. And you happen to look that way and squint your eyes, and you see a man who looks like the picture in Casimir's apartment. He matches that portrait that you saw.
I make eye contact with I make eye contact with Anders, and I touch my nose twice.
All right.
You got a booger? And I'm gonna.
And then I kind of like half point like in the direction that he's been looking.
And I've never seen a booger before, so I'm gonna be trying to look up your nose.
Well, I mean, I don't want the table to act any different than normal, so that's a pretty standard asshole comment out of Anders when you do something ridiculous.
I'm just gonna be like trying to like crane my head so I can look up Alarin's nose.
And I'm just gonna lean forward and go, so what's going on?
I see the dude that you see.
I think that's the dude.
And I think that's the dude that we're looking for. I say this very hush, very whispery.
Make a stealth roll, please, Alarin. Okay. Or a deception, whatever is better. Deception or stealth.
Can I try and spot what he's talking about while I'm still pretending to look up his nose?
Yeah, you can try and spot it. You can make another perception check.
Oh, this is bad. Oh, that's... Hero. Oh my god. Oh, geez. Oh, that's terrible. Oh my god. That's awful. Okay. That is much, much better.
Okay. Right. So both Alarin and Device 42 and Anders, you see someone. Alarin, you know who it is. but the other two of you will see this guy notice, and he immediately runs away from the situation. He immediately bolts.
I'm going to immediately drop down to all fours and give chase.
Sweet.
Would I see it or not?
You would have seen the exchange between these guys, so you tell us. Do you think that you're paying attention to this exchange between Anders and Alarin and Boogers and whatever else? Are you paying attention to
Trying to pay attention.
Then, yeah, you see someone like bolt away, but it doesn't mean as much to you as it does to those that have established who it is.
If
Right.
if I roll athletics, do I can I like get a jump on closing in?
I mean,
like
yeah.
give chase as well.
Yeah. Leah was weirded out that Device 42 was looking up Alarn's nose.
Well, someone said something about boogers, and I've never seen any.
So she was just like looking over there, like weirded out, like what?
All right, so I need to quickly
I am sprinting.
Grab my
Why I was asking is if I seem suspicious and he ducks out and like seems like he's trying to escape, I will put a sigil on him, marking him.
All right, 1 minute.
Well, I'm going to drop to all fours, and I think instinctively Rootwind's going to jump on my back.
Leah's just going to be confused on why everyone's running out. Like, but we haven't even finished our food.
Yeah, you would have to touch him to make a sigil. Alright, I'm gonna just quickly grab my GM guide to do this chase scene here. We're gonna do a chase scene. So this should be fun. I'm not sure. Has anyone, even the Pathfinder, even the Kingmaker people, did you guys do a chase? I don't think we did.
Not in Pathfinder. I've done one in Savage Worlds, but never in Pathfinder.
All right, well, we're about to experience it. Give us a sec, and I'll go grab the GM guide. Subsystems, chases. Does this have all of them? Yes, it does. Excellent. I knew that the old GM guide did, and I wasn't sure about the new one because, you know, remaster and changes and whatever else, but we do have them here, so that's good. All right, so running a chase. How we do this is there's going to be a series of obstacles, one after the other. Each obstacle requires a certain number of chase points to overcome. But typically, this can be 1 per party member for a standard obstacle, sometimes more, sometimes less. There are multiple ways to overcome obstacles. Each approach requires a skill check, a saving throw, a perception check, an attack roll, or a spell. On your turn, you get to describe what you want to do and how you help the group past the obstacle. And you just need to basically gain a number of chase points per obstacle to get through that obstacle. And the idea with these is that we give you a short description of what's going on, and you get to decide how you want to try and navigate said obstacle, how you want to help the group navigate said obstacle, using any of the skills, spells, whatever that you want that you have. Even if you don't have them, you can still try and roll them, you know? Based on what you think your character would do. In this case, your first obstacle is as you jump up and try to chase him, is he darts through a crowd. Now, this particular crowd in this particular day, it's a Saturday today, and there is a festival going on today that, you know, may or may not have been aware of, but it's marching through the streets right when he's dashing away, conveniently, because why not? Why wouldn't there be? All right? And what you notice about the festival that there are a lot of people in masks, and specifically, these masks have feline or animal aspects to them. Most of them are feline, but there are other types of animal aspects present. And as people are marching through the streets, they are flashing the masks on and making a roaring kind of victory sound, and then flashing them off, like moving them around to represent the shift from a animal aspect to a more humanoid or human or other standard race aspect. And if you would like to know more about that, you can make society checks to find out more about that. But essentially, you've got people marching and dancing and waving through the streets, and he is ducking in and around them. He has to make that check, and you have to make that check, and we'll see how much you gain or lose him amongst these things. Who would like to go first?
Athletics check, or
You may. You don't have to, but you may. So this is kind of up to how you want to do it. Athletics could be weaving or pushing through. You could do acrobatics to jump or join a dance and be catapulted through. You could do other checks. I don't know what you're going to choose, right? But athletics could definitely be one.
Could I do Song of Strength to help boost everyone's athletics checks?
You may. So why don't you tell us what that does? Because this is the first time that you've done that.
Yes, it's the first time I get to use it. So it says you bolster your allies' physical strength with a hearty exertion. You and your allies gain a +1 status bonus to athletics checks and to their DCs against athletic skill actions such as disarm, reposition, shove, and trip.
Awesome. So you get +1 on that athletics check if you choose athletics.
Mm-hmm. So I will cast that.
Sweet. Thank you. Leah starts.
That's really awesome. Well, I since I gave chase immediately, I'm going to attempt an athletics check.
So he was across the square from you when he darted off. So he has some lead, but you might be stronger than him.
How far away? How many feet?
Was he?
Yeah.
Maybe I want it sort of to be more than a stride, so somewhere between 40 and 50 feet. It's probably makes sense. I don't want it to be too.
So if I flat out run, I can move 4 times, correct?
Let's double check.
Is that how running works?
there's not really a run. It's just how many actions you want to spend moving.
Okay, well then I'll spend 3 actions moving. So move up to 90 feet.
Sweet. So you have 30 feet movement speed?
Yeah, when I'm on all fours.
All right. And the athletics is
19.
Yep. So that is enough to make 1 point of success towards overcoming this crowd obstacle. So essentially what we're doing is combining our efforts to overcome the obstacle, and you are going to just making a bolt for it while Leah is singing and the others are doing whatever they're doing, and we'll see if we can overcome the obstacle.
So earlier, like I guess before you described the chase, I rolled a 26 athletics. I don't know if I can use that or okay. So it would be a 27 with her
critical success in that case. Perfect. So we've got 3 successes there. We've used a cantrip. So Leah, you would have more on your turn as well than just that. And so would you be trying to run with all of your actions too, Eberron?
Yeah.
All right, so you're running with all of your actions. Leah, you've used 1 for your Song of Strength. What do you do with your other 2? To contribute to this growing scene of how we overcome the obstacle of the crowd, the festival crowd.
Kind of festival is this? Religious?
That's why I called for a society check if you wanted to decipher that.
I got a 14 on that society check, by the way.
Okay. That's enough. You would know that is a shifter festival. Shifters are a Eberron specific race. They are essentially descendants from lycanthropy blood, but they're not lycanthropes. They have taken on animalistic visages and can manifest such animalistic visages. They are pretty uncommon, especially after a purge that tried to wipe them out.
Are the masks all the same animal, or are they a variety of masks?
There are a variety of masks. A lot of them have feline aspect, because that would be the most sort of common, but there are different ones.
Okay.
Some of them are wolf-shaped, canine. Some of them are I don't know, rhinoceros, gorilla, all sorts of different things. Cool. So what about Anders and Miriam? How are you guys trying to help overcome this festival crowd?
If I can get within 30 feet of the guy, I have something I want to do. For one action, I will run and see how close I am.
So,
and if there's too many people in the way, I would try to use my small size and street urchin capabilities to, you know, go places that other people wouldn't really be walking, like under the merchant tables or something like that. Since, you know, I'm so massive, you know, I'm pushing 3 feet tall.
Yeah. So potentially you could use stealth, acrobatics, something like this to make your way through with that sort of narrative.
Sure.
30, so 90 feet. 30 feet of that, so we're 75. When you move the one movement, you see that Tavares is about another 3 movements away from you, Mirrodin. When
Okay.
Device 42 ends his movement, all 3 movements, that is, you see that Tavares is about 1 movement away from you at the moment.
We have slept since the whole picture fiasco, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We had
It
several
looks
days
like
of
for
downtime.
some reason, yeah, it looks like my spell didn't refresh. I want to cast Animate Rope, which has 100-foot range. And I want it to bind him.
You can give it 2 commands.
And it's starting to gather in this area, and to your left you see the large kind of ivory archway with ivy that's twisting across the top of it. At which point,
So I want to tie up the
kind of tucks your hands to the left.
guy, which I believe bind would be the correct choice.
This way.
Yep.
More laughter, and at this point you can see there are 2 vendors now.
I need you to make a flat check to target him, please. It's a flat 5.
Bands. The other has what look to be clusters of sparklers and firecrackers.
Yeah.
And I need you to make the spell attack roll against his reflex DC, please.
Second. Come on. Aww. I should hero point that, yeah. Yeah, there's a hero point usage.
Alright, so...
This feels kind of important.
he gets a second sense penalty to his speed.
Yep.
Cool.
And you said I'm allowed to do 2 commands on it, right?
Yep.
So bind is 1, so he's bound. And I want to tie the rope to device 42.
Around a willing creature or object. Are you willing for that, device 42?
Yes, I'm willing.
Thank you.
You're willing to be tied to your target. Cool.
Very good.
Yep.
Cool. Who else is still to go? We've got just Anders. Okay.
I'm going to ride behind the wake of what Device 42 created in the process of doing that. Just try to get along further along this list.
Okay. Good. And we've got a bonus here of 12. This is an escape check from Tavares. He easily escapes. And he is going to see what the next thing is here. I might shorten this scene a little bit. I queued up quite a number of obstacles for the chase, such as a fruit cart, twisting alleyways, and rickety rooftops.
The fruit cart needs to be reskinned as cabbages. Always.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Agreed.
So the next thing is going to be, because we're ticking time away. Essentially, a lot of these things happen, and you manage to keep up with him. Sometimes gain, sometimes lose ground. He seems to be quite adept at escaping. Perhaps the Mirrodin continues to animate rope and continues to either miss or get him, and then he escapes, and then he keeps on going, and then this just keeps on going for a little bit. The final sort of section of this scene is that you have been chasing him through these few obstacles, and this has brought you to here. You've run essentially down Komar Street through, like, weaving through some of these, and he has transitioned through into the Karnathi zone. And he has done that, and you see him do this. So he is in process of doing this right now. He jumps up onto the rooftop around this area and starts running along the rooftop. And as he does, from a distance, still, somewhat close, but still somewhat far away, you see, as he runs along the rooftops, that he unstabilizes snow that has been building up. And he seems to succeed at his reflex save and avoid tumbling down, and then he sort of leaps off and continues on his way. You can see which direction he is going, but I have a choice for each of the characters now as we come to this same section. You have a choice. You can jump up onto the roof, just like he did, and attempt to run along the roof. Or you can attempt to run underneath the roof, where snow might fall on top of you. So you might be on top of the snow and dislodge it and be potentially slipping, or you might run underneath and potentially have snow fall on top of you. You can make that choice, and either way, it's going to be a slightly different effect, but both of them require reflex saves. So I want you to tell me which way, either over the roof or under the roof, each of you go, and then I'll have you make a reflex save, please.
I'll go under. I'll stay on the ground.
Thank you. Device 42 stays on the ground and makes for an excellent reflex save. Thank you. Is it a critical?
I'll go off.
No. Okay.
I'll go over the top.
You go over the top. Perfect. Under.
I will hero point that.
Okay. I'm gonna do some damage to device 42. It'll be half of this damage, so you'll just click on the half for device 42, please. So it'll be half whatever this is. Oh, that's a me roll. Hang on, let me make that public. Let's just get rid of that. +3. So this one's for device 42. There you go. And Alarin, that's
Yeah.
crit fail by the looks.
Great.
So, and you went over.
Yes.
Okay. 10. What are the rest of you doing?
I don't think it's a viable option for short ass me to try to jump up top. I'm going under.
Okay.
So as you guys enter the Blushing Tiger Tavern, it is a really pleasure tavern to be in. The floor space. As soon as you walk
You'll
in,
take
you're
double that there.
scattered onto the floor.
Poof.
I am out.
Far back where
Anders, that is also a crit foul.
there's a piano.
I think you went under, right?
Yeah, under.
You got 13. Oh no, it's not quite. Let's see. Yeah, not quite. So it's just standard damage. So you'll take full from the Malkov roll, which is the 2d6 plus 3 roll. So it's 11. You'll take full. Mirrodin? Which way are you going?
I'm gonna go under the tables.
Perfect.
It's a lot safer.
Did he fall off the roof, by the way?
He did not.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I fell off.
Oh, he
me?
fell off.
How
He
did I
fell
not
off.
fall off? Oh, I absolutely fell off the roof.
Yeah,
Took
he
30
came
damage.
tumbling down. We'll resolve that in a moment here, but I'll get Mirrodin to roll me a reflex save, and Leo.
He landed on his head.
Yeah.
Reflex.
Yes, reflex. Thanks. And
Because you're
reflex-
unconscious, right? The Laren's unconscious.
Yeah, he will be. Yeah, 30 damage. Nice.
Ah.
So if you went under, it'll be half of Malkov's roll, the 2d6 plus 3.
It's 5 damage.
5 damage, yeah. And then Leah, which way do you want to go?
I'll go under.
Yeah, you saw how dangerous it was. Make your reflex.
Yeah,
save, please.
yeah.
We saw you take a header into the cobblestone. I said, fuck
So
that.
in this
I'm going
case,
to
yeah,
re-roll that.
re-roll that. Okay.
I
I was gonna say someone's gonna get hit.
was
by
going to say
Lauren.
I probably fell on her.
Make that re-roll then. Nice.
That's better.
That's a lot better.
So you'll take half. So it'll be the 5. So Anders, you are the unfortunate
Where
one.
do I take that?
Scroll up to where it says 2d6 plus 3 and 11. And then
Press
it's
half.
just under my name.
Yeah.
You'll see it. Just above the
Yeah.
Got it.
There you go.
yeah. There you go.
You are the unfortunate one, Anders, who that 11 points of damage is partially because one very clumsy ex-farmer comes tumbling off and hits you, but you still only take 11, but part of the 11 is him colliding into you.
Landing on me, yeah. At least he's close for a heal.
Yeah. Yeah, right in your lap. Oh, convenient. And you guys will right yourselves, and you will see Tavares running into a noble manor, which is like a big kind of enclosed area, up to the door. Open the door, enter, and close the door behind him. You see him enter, you see him open and close the door, and you know where he is.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, 6.
Are we still in the Thranish zone?
No, you are in the Karnathi zone.
Okay. But we have papers that allow us to be here.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
In all of the
Are we
Hoorah.
ending here?
Sorry?
Are we ending here, or can we go approach the manor?
You can approach the manor. We are nearly at time, so I don't mind which way we err on things. But yeah, it's up to you guys how late we want to go. I've got ages, so yeah. I've got heaps of
I
time.
unfortunately need to be done at time. I gotta take my wife to work.
You should get everybody together and cast a 3-action heal.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna do right now.
Yeah. This alarm needs healing.
But yeah, in the hoo-ha of like all of the obstacles, getting through, showing your papers would have just been another one, you know? It's just another one of the things that you would have had to have done. Potentially losing ground, potentially gaining ground. Either way, that leads us to the manor.
Is that for everybody to take?
Yes.
That was vitality damage. Why did you roll vitality damage?
Divine healing, heal.
I don't think that this is the right thing to roll.
Well, you just press heal, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter. Because, so, the heal does vitality damage to undead or void healing creatures. You don't have to choose which one, it just does it.
Oh, okay.
None of you are that, though, so you get healed. And anyone else in the area who happens to be within the area gets healed.
Yeah, exactly. It heals everybody.
I could be really mean. In fact, we're in the Carnathi zone. I'm going to be really mean. Anders, could you roll me a... Oh, what are we going to make this? Let's make it a D10, and if you roll a 1, it's going to go badly for you.
There's lots of undead thralls.
Right. Okay, you're all right. You managed to not have any undead thralls nearby when you cast this spell. I figure
Hey,
a
want to make a
1
society check to know that?
Anybody who decides to stay close to where we were obviously just chasing after somebody where there was their own setup like that, their problem, not mine.
I figure a 1 in 10 chance. It's fine. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. But yes, perhaps there might be some stuff there. All right. Yeah. So, by all means, you can absolutely approach the manor. So let me see. I'm pretty sure I made maps for all of the manor. Yes, I did. So these probably still have the old people and everything in them. Yes, they do. Alright, I'm just gonna take a second here then to delete these other...
The Song of Strength is probably over.
Yes, it is definitely over. Alright,
does the Marshal's aura stay up all the time?
Does the Marshal's aura? It is within
Technically, as long as I'm conscious and you're within 15 feet.
Yeah, you have to be within 15 feet.
Gotcha.
Let's have a look at the... Yep, that is all good. So I'm going to have you on the outside of this. I need to go and grab your tokens. So essentially you come into the grounds of a manor. It is very well tended. There are beautiful beautiful trees, flowers, all manicured properly. There's topiary in various shapes and sizes that are beautifully curated. There's vases of ceramic vases with, you know, flowers and different plants growing in them. There's statues, you know, all this sort of stuff as you make your way up to the doors of this manor. And I need to grab your tokens, and then we should be good to go. Anyone that needs to head off at, you know, at any particular time, just, you know.
Unfortunately, that's where I'm at right now.
So where you're up right now?
Yep. It's time for me. 10 o'clock is for me when I got to go. So 4 or 5 minutes is where I'm at. So I might as well do that at the beginning of this. If you guys need to run me, go ahead.
Yeah, appreciate you being here, buddy. You look after yourself, and we'll see you again soon.
Yep. Night, guys.
Night.
Okay. So, all right. So we're going to pull you all somewhat close. There is a door just here. Why are we not pinging? Can we ping? Yeah. So a door just here. You are on the outside, and the door is closed. You see, though, let me make sure of your sight lines. Yeah, where there is darkness, hopefully you'll see just like the edge of the walls, and you can make your way around if you want. Hopefully you'll be able to see that much. You do see that there are multiple stories to this. This is a 2-story building, this mansion or manor. And you can see that, as it says here on the map, this is copyrighted to Wizards of the Coast, and we thank you for that. This is a Jared Blando map. We appreciate it. And it is of originally Elrevian Mansion. So there we go. Yeah, so you guys can approach in whatever way you wish.
I'm gonna go knock on the door.
You just knock. Nice.
Yeah, I just knock.
I'm going to begin channeling my elements.
Ooh. Channeling the elements. Fantastic. Yes. So, shockingly, Leah, there is no answer to your knocking. Yeah, shocking.
Well, if there's a doorbell, I'll ring the doorbell.
It's a manor. Absolutely. There's this, but I'm not sure whether Leah has seen one before. So in this
Sharn?
case,
Oh, Sharn would have them for sure.
all right. We'll allow it. Yeah. So yeah, there is definitely a doorbell. It is old-fashioned, like cast iron sort of ringing bell. Boing.
And I'll just keep doing it. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Eventually, they have to get annoyed to come out, right?
Right. So Leah is just continuously ringing, like shaking this bell and ringing the bell. What's everyone else doing?
I am going to. I mean, it seems like it's a pretty substantial door, right?
Yeah, it's a double door actually. Yeah.
Great.
Is there a window here that I can peek in?
There's windows here, and there's windows here.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do, even though I am near death, I will sheath my longsword, take my shield in both hands, get a 10-foot running start, and try and batter down the door.
All right.
I'm just gonna do it when Leah's standing right here.
I hope that she understands that she needs to get out of my way.
She's too busy ringing the
That
doorbell.
would be.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding
Oh,
dong.
well, the ringing the doorbell isn't working, and I'm ready to get this show on the road.
Can I? Can I
Is
open the
it
door
like
as soon as
so?
you run in? See if it's open.
You
Does
could do
would
that.
that count as a defensive advance? It says with the protection of your shield, you dive into battle. You raise your shield and stride. If
Yeah,
you
you can
injure
raise your shield
movement
and
within
stride.
melee.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So Leah,
Alright,
are you just
so-
gonna try to open the door when he's like barreling
Yeah.
forward? You
Yeah.
absolute monster.
Alright,
I love it.
whatever, that's fine.
She
I will
doesn't
make-
realize he's coming at the door, so she's like, maybe the door's unlocked.
I love that you just
I'll-
assume. Yeah.
So which do you want me to roll? Do you want me to roll a shield check or do you want me to roll an athletics check?
It's an athletics check, yeah.
Okay.
And am I correct that nobody actually tried the door before now? I just want to make sure. That...
You are correct. No one tried the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to like cheat you by
fine. No, it's
having
fine.
missed it.
This is fine.
Big, ugly
See-
creatures
see, this
blocking
is-
the way to the door. So how would we try it?
All right, so
This is
Leah,
That's
the
just rude. and
I
hurtful.
want you to make me. So first, actually, Alarin, make your athletics check. Leah, can you make me? What do I make this?
deception.
I think it would be maybe an initiative roll. Yeah, make me like a perception check, please. I think that makes enough sense.
Oh, that's not fair.
All right, so Leah opens the door in exact precision to the moment that you were going to arrive, and you just continue on, sir. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, there's another set of doors for you to be halted at or go through.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. So let me double check my notes here.
Are you wounded as well?
Yeah, he's wounded.
I'm no, I'm not.
He's
Am I?
near death.
Yes.
It
It
just
says
says
he's
near
near
death.
death.
Yeah.
But
It
you
doesn't-
went
I'm
on
not wounded
right?
though.
So you're wounded.
He wouldn't have wounded. Oh, yeah, because he was healed. He doesn't. The healing spell isn't medicine, so yeah, he would be wounded one because you went unconscious, dude.
I just went unconscious because it was like max 30 and I took 30, so I went to 0.
Yeah. So you're wounded. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put wounded 1.
Yeah. All right. So you get to there.
Can I do it? There it goes. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
We all hear a loud crash.
Wounded 1.
I think he is. Make me a reflex.
Do I go
save.
through that door too?
Make me just a reflex save,
Okay.
Lauren. Because I want to see
Okay.
how your body reacts to this door not being there. Not well. So I'm gonna have you slip and fall because you were expecting there to be the door there. And so your weight just like you overbalance forward
Right.
and you slip and fall and you land on your ass
Yeah.
in the hallway and you slide into the next door, making a
Okay.
big thump. It doesn't damage you. You are just prone.
Okay.
And
Okay, good.
With that,
Okay.
Leah's gonna look through the door and be like, "It's open."
I'm gonna look over at Meriden. I guess we're not
And I
using
just-
stealth.
Nope, definitely not. First, she's like ringing the bell,
I
and then
just,
it's
like-
like
I just lay
slamming
there.
into the door. With that, guys, I think it's best to leave the
and
rest
then I
for
lay
next
there
session.
with like.
Birdies
Yeah.
flying around and around.
I'm just gonna say like I'm laying there on the floor bleeding out like.
All right, so because there's gonna be something
Okay.
in the next room that is gonna make us roll initiative and things like this. So I will save that for
Alright.
next time as Alarin slams into the door and Leah's like, the door's open! So that is where we will resume. I can feel free to put yourself, any of you can put yourselves anywhere, either in the corridor or outside where you would like to be for the start of next session to prepare for that. So I'm going to now jump over to
Leah's next move is to go help Alarn up.
right. So we're going to jump to the ending screen and put our raid message up. We are going to raid someone on Twitch. Twitch. We have Lollygag is still around. We will check those guys out. As always, share the love around, guys. Look after yourselves. Be kind to one another. From me, Matt, and from all of us here, we appreciate you. We thank you. Have a good day wherever you are in the world. A good sleep tonight, and be well. We'll catch you on the flip side. Bye bye.